Welcome back to That's Pride, where we are racing swiftly towards the grand finale of today's show. Where if you are very lucky enough, very sweetly, I may do a song and dance number, but I hope to never have to inflict that on you. We've been chatting with Paul and Grace about the trans confidence consultancy Born, but I'd like our viewers and any potential clients out there to get to know you guys a little bit more personally. Yes. So we're going to go into what you guys get up to outside of Born.
Sure thing.
So you first, tell us the tale, spin us the yarn. What are you up to? Shenanigans, gallivanting.
I have quite a busy life because I also run another business, which is a design and marketing agency, which does extremely well, and I love that. In my spare time, I'm learning classical piano.
Oh, very nice.
I've been...
Was there any particular reason, or you just fancied it?
I played when I was very young, and then I reached 16 and discovered drinking, parties, and the rest of it.
At 16?
Yes.
He's sitting outside the park with a bottle, so like, fabulous, darling.
On the golf course with everyone else. And I've always wanted to pick it up in late. It's one of those regrets you have when you're younger.
Yeah.
I should have carried on with the piano. So I tried to pick it up at 30. That didn't go anywhere. So in my 40s, I thought, right, I'm going to
do
this. Yeah, nightclubs aren't so, I don't go to many nightclubs anymore. So the piano's been a really
gin and tonics round Paul's house.
Absolutely.
I'll have a sing-song.
Yeah.
Let's all go down the Strand, have a banana, drink away.
Leave that Mother Brown.
Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that takes quite a lot of dedication and a lot of my time, and plus Grace is teaching me makeup as well, which
nice. How are you finding that then? Are you practicing on yourself or on other people?
Anyone and anyone that will, everyone and anyone.
Yeah. Don't leave your face around.
Yes,
Paul
it will be
colour
painted.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you haven't come up with crayons already.
We'll do you outside, we'll get you after the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Grace has been teaching me for about a year now.
Oh, okay.
And I'm practicing on people and loving it, absolutely loving it. And like I said earlier, it's so rewarding to see that change in people from, and it does give confidence. I mean, some people might think it's trivia, really, to say if you put a bit of makeup on and it can change your attitude. But you know what? It actually does. Everybody that I've made up so far has gone out the door with the head held high, feeling absolutely amazing. And thank you. It's just great. Yeah, absolutely.
Are there any particular tricks that you've learnt from Grace that you thought, I would never have thought about that when doing makeup?
Everything.
Really?
Everything. Yes.
Oh, someone's an expert.
Yes. Well.
But I think because you came from a design art background as well, I think you I think if you've already got that kind of artistic mind,
got creative already,
it's easier to pick it up. Yeah. You're a good student as well.
Thank you.
Is he? Have there any epic fails with the makeup?
Yes.
Go on. You can be open and honest with us.
Well,
he did my makeup today. No.
Yes, I did. No. It wasn't actually me. It was my boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
And
you made him up?
I've been practicing on my boyfriend.
Yeah.
And
he's a man of many looks.
Yeah.
Is he?
And this particular time, he was having a bit of a moan, well, I want it like this, When we first start out, there's, just do what you want, and then they get fussy after the first 5 go, oh no, I just want, can you just neaten that up?
Diva.
Oh, it must be easy. I said, well, why don't you do me? That's what we'll do. You do me. If it's so easy, you do me. And I wish I had the photographs because I look like Margaret Thatcher.
That's quite a look.
It was. Yeah. It wasn't the look I was going for. But
nip it down to the women's WI afterwards, ready for the party.
He's now decided it's not for him.
No.
Fair enough.
Because he's very creative. He paints and he's got lots of ideas. But makeup, no, it's a skill on its own, really. Yeah.
Is he involved in Born as well, or is he sort of kept away from it?
He will be when we want things building and
he's our handyman.
Yes, he's going to be building and designing interiors. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, well, he's very much a designer more than anything.
Yeah.
He's great with interior spaces and very much gardens. His first love is to design gardens. Yeah.
Oh, fancy little landscaper, eh?
Yes.
So are you learning to do the makeup then to help out with Born, do
Yes.
more in that respect?
Absolutely, and I want to know what I'm talking about.
Which is always helpful.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I'm talking to a client or networking, I can't be looking to Grace to answer all the questions all the time.
Yeah.
So that's
And I think
why
it's
I want
enjoying,
to
it's understanding every part of the process as well.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
for us, like I said before, I don't feel like need vocal training. It's not something that affects me. For some people, it can be a big issue for them. But I'm going to have some anyway, just so that I can fully understand. So when I'm talking to my clients and talking to our clients, we can tell our clients, Mike, we can really understand and sort of give them personal advice on every step of the journey.
Yeah, you need to know what you're talking about if you're going to advise somebody. And I take bookings, so it's quite often they ring and say, well, what can I do for this? What can I do for that? And because I've had time with Grace, I can advise them. Yeah. One person was saying 5 o'clock shadow, how can I cover that? So that was, I was able to say, well, you do this, you do that.
Yeah.
And
do you get people calling up that are actually quite in distress about the situation they're in as well? Do you find yourselves almost like a sort of a shoulder to cry on for some people?
Well, you get quite a few, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I get messages all the time from trans people, young people, expressing, how they feel, and they don't know what to do. They don't know what the next step is. And I think that's a big sort of catalyst for us creating this. I've built up a bit of a profile in Manchester with the various things that I do.
Which we'll discuss in just a moment.
And people, reach out to me, and I feel incredibly privileged to be in that position. When I was younger, I didn't have anybody to speak to. I didn't understand, what these feelings meant that I was having.
Yeah.
And so for me to be in a position to be somebody that people turn to for advice, or
you've been there, you've been through the wars.
It's a real honour to be in that position, 100%.
Nice. Going on to what else you get up to now. So many people will know you for being one of Manchester's superstar #Manchester Queen drag queens.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yeah. I am a drag artist who operates in Manchester, in and around Manchester. I've done drag since I was about 17, and it's a real outlet for my creativity, making costumes, doing hair, makeup, taking it all to the extreme. But then also it was a massive kind of cathartic kind of experience for me as a trans woman performing in drag. I got the opportunity to stand on a stage and be celebrated for the things that maybe I was bullied for when I was younger, maybe I didn't have confidence about. And, I don't think that I would be the strong person that I am today if I didn't have that outlet, and also the love and acceptance of my community, being literally celebrated for the things that I was persecuted for when I was younger, was a real amazing and cathartic experience. Some people don't understand me as a female drag artist, and they go, well, I thought it was that like men dressing up as women, and drag isn't really about that. It's about creating theatre, creating an illusion, a fantasy, a story, a narrative, and there's drag artists from all different parts of the gender spectrum. But for me, it was about kind of being creative, having that outlet for all the creative things that I do. But then it became also a very kind of cathartic experience that really helped me through my transition.
Nice. You said you started quite early with the drag. We were talking a while ago about drag.
Yeah.
I remember you buried a dress.
Oh, God.
I have to bring this up.
Yes. Well, when I was a teenager, I wouldn't consider what I did when I was a teenager as drag. I just was very androgynous. I've never kind of been like a bloke. Even when I was younger, I was just very feminine, very androgynous, and I was a bit of a punk and a bit of a goth. And I never bought anything off of the rack. I used to love mixing it up and mixing and matching. And I found this dress in a secondhand shop, and it was like, oh God, this is so embarrassing you bringing this up. It's like kind of like a baby doll Victorian dress. And then, yeah, to make it all gross and mouldy, I like rubbed it in mud and buried it and like...
Absolutely fine.
Yeah, and I looked absolutely horrific. Yeah.
But amazing.
Like a Victorian ghost or something like that.
Don't knock it, it's a good look. Maybe it's one you should revive for a future performance.
Maybe. Halloween, maybe.
Yeah. Nice. So what else you got? Obviously, you work as a makeup artist.
Yeah, I do. I work for MAC Cosmetics, and I also teach in a makeup academy as well, which is called Cassie Lomas. It's in Manchester here. So, like I was saying before, I've kind of been in the industry, working in the industry, and what we're doing with Born, all of these different outlets that I have for my work, it all kind of works together and is quite kind of symbiotic, and all of the kind of skills that I've picked up over the years allow me to kind of focus it and pass it on through Born.
It almost feels like the converging of the planets. Everything's sort of come together quite nicely.
Prophecy.
Yeah.
The prophecy is complete.
Nice. We've got so a minute to go before we have to wrap up the show.
Okay.
But I was wondering if there are any people out there, potential clients for you, in your own words, if you want to address the camera and just sort of speak to them and say what you can offer them at Born.
Okay, no pressure.
Yeah.
This camera here. Hello.
People.
Yeah, so if you are trans, questioning, you feel different, you don't feel like you fit, you don't feel confident, you need some advice, you need someone to speak to, you're looking for friends, drop us a line at Born. You know, we're here to help you in whatever way we can, and our email inbox is always open, our phones are always on.
Oh,
so,
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you for coming on the show, both of
Thanks
you.
for having us.
That's all we can squeeze into the show. Grace and Paul, thank you so much. I've been Rylan. You've been fabulous. We have been That's Pride. Good night. Sleep tight.